Hey there, Bat fans. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Tiffany.
Welcome to Bat Issues. It's just like that other show we have on this channel called Back Issues, but it's just Batman. All Batman, all the time. Today we're going to be talking about not Batman. Instead, it's going to be Robin. Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress.
Oh. Is Huntress in this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she died or something. It's
Yeah.
her cry. It's her
It's
death
written.
cry.
It's written by Chuck Dixon with art by Tom Lyle for the most part, until it isn't, and then you're like, it's not.
It couldn't even get through 6 issues.
No.
What is happening with the cover?
Okay.
Yeah.
Robin, when it was a mini-series, Robin came out a long time ago, mid to early 90s.
Okay.
We covered the first mini-series for Robin ever,
Yeah.
Robin Reborn. It's originally called Hero Reborn, but they changed it for later trades. But we did that episode, and then there was another story, Robin 2, The Joker's Wild.
Yeah.
We did an issue of that on our other show, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And I'll save that one for another one because it's got
That's
the
with the
Joker.
van.
With the van.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the hacker. This is Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress. Each one was a mini-series. Robin 2 did an interesting thing where the issues had special covers. The first covers were regular newsstand editions, but then other ones had special holographic images on them. Like what looked like a holographic trading card, but a sticker that was just put on the cover.
Okay.
So you had 2 different versions. And with Robin 3, I guess because sales were so good, my guess, I don't really know much about Robin in the miniseries, but like Robin 3 did so well, they got 2 different covers, the first of which, plain old regular cover.
Sure.
The other one were these, where if you pulled the tab, they moved.
Oh.
And depicted sequences that kind of happen in the books.
It moves a little bit.
And what's great about that is, if you take it out, you could flip it over and you can have a totally different cover.
It's not moving. It's just shifting colors.
That's creating the illusion of movement.
Yeah, they shift a little bit.
Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress is a story. Of course, every Robin miniseries is about Robin getting separated from Batman and having to go on his own adventure to deal with, team problems.
Yeah.
It's interesting because most of the Robin stories don't have anything to do with his teen drama except for, really, really tangentially.
Okay.
He has a friend at school.
Right.
And sometimes we see him. That's kind of the whole thing. It wasn't until the Robin series, the ongoing series, that we really got into the nitty-gritty.
Okay. So this is mostly just adventures of him as Robin. We're not
Yes.
seeing his life.
We are seeing his life.
Oh.
No, it's about Tim Drake Robin, and him being Robin, and what that means. And it means a lot of high drama and also high stakes. For some reason, this is surprisingly intricate.
He's got to unravel some kind of scheme or mystery.
That's right. It involves organized crime and the Russians.
Sure.
Now, the first one we
There's
did also
always-
involved organized crime.
Yeah,
Yes, it
and there's
did.
usually some sort of international element.
Yeah.
To
And there
his...
is that in this as well.
It should be called Robin International.
Well, because the second one wasn't. The second one was about the Joker.
And then they were totally out of ideas. They're like, let's just do the first one again, but Russians.
Yes.
All
The story opens with Batman and Robin breaking up what appears to be a gang.
I thought that was end of sentence.
Yeah, breaking up.
They're breaking up. It's over. No, they're breaking up a gang, and
They're neo-Nazis. They have wolves with swastikas on their foreheads.
they
on
certainly
their...
do. This is a very multifaceted gang. You see, this is a gang that was brought in. They were subcontracted by another gang.
Oh, Jesus.
They're called the White Wolves. They're an out-of-town gang of thugs
Okay.
who work for Black Mask, who are also Nazis.
But they're also
help
motorcycle.
They're
like a-
also
they're
a
motorcycle
motorcycle
Nazis.
gang.
Yeah.
They got a lot going on. It's like
They got chains. They got the jackets.
they were a
Yep.
gang by committee.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a helicopter shows up, and Batman and Robin both recognize, we didn't call the cops. This must be an evil helicopter.
Right.
So Batman pushes Robin out of the way, and it's great because Robin has this internal monologue where he's like, I'm asking questions and Batman's reacting. This is why he's Batman and why I'm freaking Robin.
Right.
He pushes Robin out of the way as all of these characters we were introduced are assassinated by a hail of bullets.
This is a rival Nazi gang, right? It's the helicopters versus the motorcycles.
Well, we actually don't ever find out what that gang is all about because it ties up all of Batman's attention. The idea is Batman's like, this is insane. What's happening right now is getting too out there.
It's too dangerous for Robin.
Too dangerous for Robin. Robin, you're going to have to stay out of this. I'm going to go follow a couple leads and deal with this. And when I get back, we'll figure it out. But
when
for now,
I get back, I will have had the best adventure without you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's more. I think it's more about like my assumption.
These
about
guys
it
mean
was that
business.
He's being Matches Malone. Like the idea is that
Yeah.
Batman is going undercover.
Yeah.
We never see it, and we never get closure on that because who cares?
It's just that
A day in the
Batman's
life.
dealing with some organized crime. It's not
Well,
worth even writing
it's
a
gangs.
book about.
Like
yeah.
black masked subcontractors gangs because they actually muse about the idea that if they're bringing in out of town gangs, it's because they're going to start a war. So Batman's got to deal with what is on the precipice of a gang war.
Okay.
And he's like, Robin, I'm going to be doing some cool Batman stuff, and I can't have a colorful target
Right.
on my back the entire time. So get out of here. You're benched.
Right.
And Robin's like, right on. I have a life, and I go to school, so why
Yeah.
not?
Okay.
We are also introduced to Huntress,
Yeah.
whom we've seen in Batman Predator 2.
Yes,
Yes.
that's literally what I thought of when you said Huntress was going to be in this. I was like, okay.
Yep, and that's all you need to know, is that Huntress, Helena Bertinelli, orphan daughter of an organized crime family, and she's the heiress of their criminal fortune, and she used it to become a superhero of sorts, a crime fighter, I should say.
Is this the Huntress who's a teacher as well?
Yes, she's also a school teacher.
Is she Tim Drake's teacher?
She's not.
Okay.
Thankfully. But she is an English teacher of some kind. So she is investigating what seems to be some nefarious dealings with some organized criminals, and she can't quite figure out like what it's all about. And she's listening in on their conversation. She's got a bug, which she fires via her signature crossbow.
Yeah.
And nobody hears it.
No, it's outside the building.
Yeah, it's a crossbow.
Yeah. But they're talking about moving merch, and she automatically assumes that they must be talking about drugs because in every single comic book in the 1990s, when they were dealing with organized crime, drugs were involved.
Yeah.
That is not hyperbole. That is every single organized crime comic
Yeah.
book.
They're not running numbers.
Nope.
Is
They're
it
not
drugs
waste
this time?
management.
It is not.
Is it people?
It is not. But it is also drugs. So Huntress goes and she investigates some further. She finds the hotel they're staying in, and then she waits until it's like late and they're asleep, and then she gasses them for good measure, and then goes into the suitcase for which was like being traded.
Non-fatally gases them. Right?
Yes.
I love that she's like in his face too.
Yeah. So
Like regardless of being gassed, like
Yeah.
the aerosol would have like
Oh yeah, it's
made
very
him-
irritating.
for a second. Just thought he was dying,
yeah,
and then
he's gone. So she opens up the suitcase and she just finds blank paper. She assumes she's getting coke or something. She's like, paper. This doesn't make
Is
any
it a setup?
sense. It is not a setup.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it counterfeit?
It is counterfeit. So
The
Tim
mob
bumps-
does that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it, Ethan. We solved the case.
Yeah,
Is the
way to
Secret
go.
Service going to get involved?
No,
They're who investigates counterfeiting
it's not that kind of counterfeiting.
because they're part of the Treasury Department.
Yeah, not.
Oh, it's not.
What?
It's more intricate.
Okay.
The hell is happening?
You were looking at an advertisement for an Elseworld story called Robin 3000, where it's Robin in the year 3000.
So they're really pushing Robin right now. Like we got the Robin 3 series.
Yep.
We got Robin 3000.
Yep. And Robin's also starring regularly in
He's
Batman.
in Batman.
Yeah.
He's got cool hair.
Tim Drake was very popular
Okay.
for a time. It's why it baffles most people who read comics when Tim Drake is like forgotten about or marginalized or changed. They're like, what are you talking about? There was like a good 5-10 year period where you were pushing nothing but Tim Drake.
Yeah. Now you don't care. Now
Now
we
you
got
don't care.
Damien.
Yeah.
We don't need
Damien's the
Tim Drake.
new Tim Drake.
Yeah.
He's the new tiny.
New hotness.
Yeah.
So Ives, Tim Drake's geeky friend, invites Tim. He's like, hey, Tim, what are you doing tonight? Normally the answer is, I'm being Robin, but he doesn't know he's Robin. He's keeping it secret.
Right.
But he's like, nothing. And he's like, oh, well, then you should come with me because tonight's my birthday. And
Oh.
my family's going to be celebrating in like an old part of town, which the way they established that like Ives is Eastern European, and they are going to like old Odessa, where like there's like some old restaurants and stuff. And
Like
they like
Little
to sell,
Italy?
Yeah, like Little Italy, only it's like Little Odessa.
Oh, he doesn't have any friends. He has to do the family birthday.
He doesn't have to do the family
Yeah.
birthday. He's like, my
Oh.
geeky cousins are going to be there, and they're going to make fun of me, and I really need a friend.
Oh.
I'm bringing one friend to my
I get
party.
to bring one friend.
to my birthday party.
Yeah.
And that was really more of a challenge by my parents.
Yeah, like,
Right.
oh, we'd
So-
love to see your friend Tim.
Who never seems to be available
So
to hang out.
Yeah.
So if you could If you could help me out here, man.
Yeah.
You're solid.
So Tim is like, okay, I'm down. I'll be there tonight. Let's go. Then he bumps into Ms. Hollingsworth, who is a guidance counselor, and she's like, Tim, do you have time to talk? And he's like, no. She's like, cool. See you next time.
What?
And you're like, oh no, Ms. Hollingsworth, what's that all about?
Is she on to
She's
him?
going to make him do an aptitude test and then not be able to guide him into anything.
She's a guidance counselor, so she's utterly useless.
She's doing her job perfectly.
Yeah. So they go to this Ukrainian restaurant where everybody's having a great time, and Tim's like, this is totally lame. I'm going to go see what else is happening. So he goes to the bathroom, and he's like outside, and he hears some commotion. So he's like, oh, cool, I'm going to check this out. So he does, and it looks like a couple of Russians are roughing up a local business owner.
Okay.
And they're just beating the hell out of this guy. And they're strong-arming his daughter. And so they're asking him to help them, and in exchange, they're going to pay him, but he's saying no. And it's like the idea is that he's from the old country and he came here to escape this kind of like strong arming.
Right.
And he's right back into it.
Sure.
So he arrives, Tim Drake that is, at the last second, and the guys leave, and so he helps the dad up and his pretty teenage daughter, who's around the same age as Tim.
Of course.
And so the two of them help him into their shop, and so Tim's like, we got to call the police. And he's like, oh, no. We're not calling the police.
Cops.
Like, no cops.
Yeah.
Like, and so his daughter, Ariana, is like, Dad, what are you talking about? What's happening to us as a family?
Papa!
And, Papa, no! She does call him Papa. But she said, hey,
Why
thanks
did
a
you
lot.
let those men hit you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you fight back?
He's like, please, Ariana, you're not old enough to know what Papa's up to. So she's like, wow, so you were just here? He's like, I'm at a birthday party. I'm Tim. Nice to meet you. She's like, I'm Ariana Zurchenko.
Oh.
He's like,
Zerchenko.
Sure.
What do you think? Zurchenko? As a kid, I used to see all those letters and just go, so her name's Ariana. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Like, I never tried, and now that I'm an adult, I'm like, Zurchenko. I guess that's it.
Good enough.
Don't worry, you'll get 100 more opportunities to learn this name. Because whenever they refer to Ariana or the dad, they always call them Zurchenko. So clearly, Chuck Dixon knew some Russians.
Yeah.
Or some Ukrainians.
Right,
and
that's straight up a real
straight
name.
up, these are real people.
right. And Tim's like, nice.
Nice.
Foreign
chick. I'm in. So she's like, well, anyway, get out of here. And so he does. And he goes back to the party just as they're about to cut the cake.
Just as they're all making fun of him because, like, clearly his, like, hours ran out with his rent-a-friend.
Yeah, they're like, uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your friend
He says
Tim
something
is-
like, Tim's going to go to the bathroom, and Ives says something like, at least they didn't take out the party hats this year. And, of course, Tim arrives just when they brought out the party hats.
Only for him.
Yeah, only he can wear them because he's the birthday boy. Which is like a real thing as well.
He's the birthday boy?
Just having no, it's not the birthday boy. So Tim and Ives, like, go home. And that's it. Like that's the end of Ives' plot.
Yeah.
So
he had his birthday.
yeah, his birthday.
Yeah.
And nothing
It
of
was fine.
consequence took place.
And he
Although Tim
introduced
did meet
Tim to a plot.
Yes.
That's going to occur.
That's right. That's right.
Unintentionally.
So we run into the like purveyors of whatever the antagonism is going to be in this story.
Yeah, the bad guys.
We meet the Commissar. He doesn't go by. They call him Commissar, but it's not like a superhero name.
Right. That's just his title.
It's just his title.
Yeah.
And he's obviously like a Russian stooge who is orchestrating some kind of like wheeling and dealing, which is connected to what Huntress was investigating as well.
Sure.
But not attached to anything that Batman's doing.
No. These are a completely separate.
Not even.
Batman's done. We're
right.
not seeing him in
Batman
the
is busy.
It's not like Robin is accidentally solving the crime that Batman.
No. That'd be cool, but no.
It's separate.
Okay.
This is how intricate the crime is in Gotham. There could be two totally epic gang-related events happening at the same time.
Batman's
unrelated.
like,
And unrelated.
this one's not worth it. I don't care.
Well, Batman doesn't even know this is happening. He
Yeah.
didn't get the tip-off
Because
about like.
Huntress isn't like bringing him in.
No, and Batman doesn't like Huntress and doesn't want her anywhere near
I'm just,
the
well,
Bat
I mean,
family.
like some world's greatest detective.
He's working on one thing at a time.
It's a big city. You know, you can't know everything that's
That's
happening.
right.
You gotta.
And
you
this is not yet at the point where Batman's like bugging the entire city and has like satellites and stuff,
Like a million
watching
bat
everything.
caves.
Yeah.
No, it's true. So, anyway, we revealed that also the Commissar has the KG Beast in his employ.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like, oh no, who is that? But like you can, they drew the KG Beast, but they just covered him with color. So we revealed that.
You can tell who it
He's
is.
just one color now.
Yeah.
It's,
So Tim comes home to his mansion because I don't know if you know this, but Tim is also hugely wealthy.
Yeah.
His dad was rich. Tim's mother was killed in an unrelated Batman adventure, and his dad was crippled as a result. And for the remainder of like Robin 1, he was in a coma, but now he's just in a wheelchair and he's awake and alert.
Okay.
And he really doesn't like the fact that Tim's spending all this time with like a new father figure. It's like, I'm here now.
Yeah.
You don't
I'm
need
back.
him.
Yeah.
So stop being with that guy.
Yeah, and
Right.
and
You're not
seem
friends
like,
anymore.
You seem like a
Right.
delight.
Yeah. Oh no. Mr. Drake is a total dick. Just frustrating. But he's supposed to be frustrating because he's like, he's the roadblock. We can't just have him be Robin unfettered. That's what we had already. Now we
There's
gotta
a
like
thing that makes it so that he can't just freely run out at night and be.
literally. So Tim is like, okay, well I'm gonna investigate that thing with the girl because like, what's up with that?
You're not going anywhere. You're grounded, young man.
Basically. Well, he's like, he goes, Dad, what are you doing awake? He's like, I couldn't sleep. You want to play chess? He's like, nah, I was just thinking about running over to Bruce's and doing something on the computer. He's like, it's midnight. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but I used to do that all the time. He's like, well, you're not anymore. I'm Dad. And he's like, cool. So then he goes into the basement and uses the secret access tunnel that leads to the Batcave anyway. And then just goes over there and then dresses as Robin. And like throughout the book, he's like, I can't believe I'm lying to my dad. And I'm like, you can't?
What?
Why
First
can't
of all,
you believe that?
You're a teenager, you're lying to your dad all the time.
Yeah, like that's just in you.
What's
Also,
that sound in your room, son? Oh, I'm sanding something.
Yeah.
You're already lying. Secondly,
Well, also, you're Robin.
You're Robin.
You haven't told anybody, so you're lying to everybody all the time.
right. So if you're lying
You
to
have a
everybody,
secret
at least
identity.
let it go.
Yeah.
So he's sad about that. So he goes over to the print shop where the Zergenkos have set up roost or whatever, and he's seeing like what they're doing. He's like, geez, like okay, I'm just.
With particular interest in Ariana.
Oh, there she, oh, she's
of
there
course,
too. Yeah.
Of course. So a bunch of Russian strong arms are going to Zergenko's place to burn it down.
Okay.
And they're like, all right, some kid got. Actually, they didn't even see the kid. So it's more like we punched him. Now let's set fire to his business. So they.
That
We
wasn't
punched him
enough.
and that didn't work, so
Yeah, I guess
they
he
just-
didn't relent.
Yeah, no. So they show up and they like grab Ariana.
Oh, wow.
And they just start setting fire to the place. And then Robin shows up and he's like, okay. Like I'm also disobeying Batman because I told him I wasn't gonna be Robin for a little while. Like I told him I'd stay benched, but like I
Right.
can't not get involved.
Right.
So he shows up and he kicks the crap out of one of the guys with the flamethrowers, and then what he refers to as a gorilla, like there's this huge dude in a London fog, like throws him through a window and reveals that it's the KG Beast. The KG Beast is an old school Soviet era Batman villain who looked exactly like this when he was created.
Okay.
And this is an interesting period for me as a kid. It's 1992, and I know very little about anything.
Right.
But I do know that when the KGB talks, no one on the planet talks like this.
No, the KG Beast.
The KGB says, you are being called Robin, I am to be killing you. Because he's Russian, you see.
Yes,
And
I
he
am
doesn't-
to be killing you.
I am to
yeah.
be killing you now. He talks like that throughout the whole series. And I remember even as a kid going like, that's awkward and clunky. I don't think real Russians actually talk like that. I don't know anything, but I'm pretty sure
I
Russians
know
don't
that.
actually talk like that.
Do you ever get these images of like little Sal using this
Kind of
like
cadence and,
like, yeah.
and vernacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just little you just being like
No, as a kid, I was just like,
just
I don't.
this voice
I didn't say anything.
as your inner like narrating
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Just
I don't think anybody talks like that.
Yeah.
this
That's
this
just
language
ridiculous.
is clunky and
Yeah.
and awkward
And awkward. It's not real.
and I
It's
just
not
don't
natural.
care for it. Mom, can I have a
Juice box?
Yeah.
You drank juice boxes when you were like 14.
I was much younger when I read this. This is 92.
Okay, all right.
Ecto Cooler.
Does this have? Is this his hand? Like he doesn't have a hand, so he has a gun instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's a projector, possibly a toaster.
It's many
Yeah, I'm
things.
giving it the benefit of the doubt that it's a gun.
Sometimes it shoots like a spike that comes out that he can stab
Oh,
people with. Sometimes
okay.
it's a gun. You know, it's a whole thing.
There's
There's
many
also
different
there's like a
things.
toothbrush in there too.
Yeah. What's great is this is also the first time I've ever seen Robin fight the KG Beast.
Oh.
And the last time the Batman dealt with the Beast,
Beast.
They call him the Beast. He is the KG Beast, of course, but like, it's awkward to say the entire time. So at one point, Batman fought KG Beast, and he was in the sewers, and he's like, I can't beat this guy.
Oh.
So then Batman basically walls him into the sewers, like the cask of Amontillado.
Whoa.
And he's like, good luck. And just leaves him to die.
Yes.
He's like he's a badass. We know he's gonna get out.
Yeah, he could
Batman
get
has
out. I'm not
no
literally
intention
killing
of
him.
letting him out.
No, I don't
But
know
then
if he'd
there's-
let him out, but
But
We'll
actually,
find a way.
they retcon that because they were like, oh, Batman doesn't kill people, but whoever wrote that was like, I don't think he does.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't kill him, but he didn't.
He didn't have to save him.
He didn't have to save him from
He didn't have to
starving to
lock him
death.
into a building that no one's going to find.
Yeah.
He apparently, in a retcon, Batman says that he told the police where he was hiding.
Oh.
So.
Oh, because the police could deal with him.
Yeah, go deal with him.
They'll just open it up
Like
and then they'll
100
arrest
men,
him.
they're all got guns. I guess you could stop him. He's just a big dude.
They just start unwalling it and just fists come out.
Yeah.
Like,
It's actually
Oh, no.
a door, but
Oh.
So Robin's fighting the KG Beast, and he is going to lose.
Yeah.
But then the KG Beast gets a buckshot to the arm because Mr. Zhenko has appeared, and he calls them Cossacks and says, like, I dealt with you in the old country, and I'm not going to deal with you now. And then the KG Beast just shoots him.
oh.
Yeah.
By the way,
But he is bleeding.
he is bleeding.
So he can be taken down.
And I also like it's cold. We know this because Tom Lyle keeps drawing like breath.
Yeah.
And also like his wound is
Steaming.
which is kind of a cool visual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zherzhenko was needed for a job, and the street toughs went to his place to strong-arm him into doing something for
Because he
them.
owns a print shop.
Oh!
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like Ethan already figured that out, and I'm just like, I'm just
Print
12
shop.
steps
So-
behind everybody.
Well, but we haven't put those together. See, but Robin doesn't know that. He's
I'm
dealing with
better
the
than
print
Robin.
shop, and Huntress found some paper.
Right.
Oh,
He
right.
didn't find the paper. Huntress did.
And I already clued you in because I said that it wasn't about drugs.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, when she opened up and it was paper, I think
It was in the shape of bills.
I didn't see the bills. You said paper.
So, were they not supposed to kill him?
Oh, KG Beast just does what he pleases.
I see.
I mean, unless he's being ordered around.
Right.
Which he is.
Why were they going to burn down the print shop? Didn't they need the facilities of the print shop?
They just need the printer. But
Like the
then they can-
man.
The man.
Oh, and now they don't even have that.
Well, because like,
Yes.
is this like one of those things where like they own a printer, like a U.S. like treasury printer, like in Rush Hour 2?
Like they got the
Whatever it is.
machine,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
parts, and they just
Yeah.
need someone who can operate it.
They have many different working
is
parts
that Rush
and
Hour
different
2?
instruments that they needed.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
So that's one of them.
So the bad guys, they grab Ariana and then they just leave. And
They're like, maybe she knows how to print
Yeah.
things.
basically,
She was like an apprentice to her dad or whatever.
She worked there.
She did work there.
Maybe it's genetic. I don't know.
Yeah. So they bail. Robin chases after them.
Right.
He makes them crash their car,
Oh.
which pisses off the Beast. And then the KG Beast steals a bus, and then they get in the bus and leave, leaving Robin by himself.
Right,
In a really, really bad neighborhood.
He released
Oh.
the beast.
He did.
He
Well,
did.
he more like let the Beast go.
He let it off the chains.
So, don't forget, Robin's in a bad neighborhood, and
Yeah.
it's so bad that the ghost dragons appear.
Oh, the ghost dragon.
The ghost dragons are a gang
no.
that is not connected to the gang war that Batman is dealing with.
That's
That's
convenient.
another gang.
But the ghost dragons are familiar because this is the gang that
Yeah.
Robin fought when he was training in Robin.
I was gonna
A
say
Hero
those
Reborn.
outfits look really familiar. That name struck no.
Chord with
No,
you.
At
but
all.
the
What about
outfits.
Lynx, the leader of the Ghost Dragons, which was the pretty lady that he was
Yeah.
roped in with Robin 1. You know, he
remember
saw this
her.
pretty lady. She was being roughed up. He went to go help her. He got. It's like Dixon is like, just telling the same story 14 different times.
Yeah.
So Lynx has
He's building out his universe.
It's true, but
The Robinverse.
Lynx, the Robinverse. Lynx has a grudge against Robin, of course, because Robin defeated Lynx, and then her gang leader, King Snake.
Yeah.
Do you remember he was
Oh,
a
yeah.
blind
Yeah.
Caucasian Englishman
Yeah.
with a snake tattoo?
He
Yes.
fell out a window or something.
Fell out a window.
Yeah.
Lady Shiva threw him out the window.
Yep.
But King Snake basically like blinded Lynx in one eye
Oh.
as a punishment
Wait.
for her failure.
He
Right.
defeated her. He should be in charge of the what is it? Ghost Dragons?
The Ghost Dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, King Snake is in charge of the Ghost Dragons.
No, isn't he dead?
Oh, we thought he was dead.
Oh, I meant like Robin should be in charge of them
Yeah,
since-
because he beat.
Oh, yeah, but he's not.
You keep what you beat.
By the way, for no reason, occasionally
that.
the suit, his mask looks like this,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it has this cool like Spawn Spider-Man kind of like
Oh.
notch.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll leave you to decide which one you like better.
Since the book won't decide for us.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the Ghost Dragons just
So they fight.
There's too many of them, and they just knock the hell out of Tim.
Oh,
and
jeez.
he's like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, I am.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, I've been outmatched.
Exactly.
Are there any other old Ukrainians around who want to shoot these
No.
guys for me?
But there is a Huntress, and she shows up, and she
Ah.
just beats them all up.
Yep.
And, well, she starts to beat them all up and get them off of Tim. And Tim's
Yeah.
like, who is that? He has no idea.
He's not familiar with Huntress?
Nope.
Batman never told him about Huntress?
No. And it's great because Huntress is like, so you probably know who I am. I'm the Huntress. And he's like, I don't know who that is.
So that means
And she's like, Batman never told you about me?
that's like one of two things happened. One, he never told anybody about fighting the Predator. Two, he told everybody about fighting the Predator and
left out the Yeah.
And then I did all this really cool stuff all by myself.
And I didn't have any help from anybody.
I mean, like, if you remember Huntress's role in that story,
well,
she doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But still.
But so
she was there though.
But she's great because she's like, so Robin, is there any particular reason you want to stay here and punch all these guys? And he's like, no. She's like, then we're leaving. And so she like swings out of there. She's like, grab onto my sexy body, which she does.
Yep.
And he's like,
no problem.
And his mental thing is like, she wears nice perfume. Oh, jeez. I got punched too many times. I'm like thinking about banging this chick, and she's like my teacher's age. So he's got this big bruise on his face from the beating that he got.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, that's gonna leave a mark. Nice. So anyway, they're talking
You're
about.
gonna have a nice shiner there.
Yeah. I always loved this like style of like, and here it's more filled in, but the style of mask for
female superhero
right,
heroes.
where I'm just like,
That's your face.
what is that protecting? What part of your identity are you not seeing? The bridge of the nose, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit like glasses.
It's a little bit like Spider-Man eyes.
It's
only
like you just put glasses
you can see through
on.
them. Yeah.
That's about how much of your face it covers.
Right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Robin wears
Technically a mask.
Robin was a full like domino mask with like pupilless eyes, and he literally just looks like Tim Drake. In
Yeah.
Robin's
Right.
costume.
Yeah.
So Helena Bertinelli should have like every problem in the world being found out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nobody even knows who Huntress is, so they
So it
don't
works
care
out.
who her secret
They're
identity
trying to
is.
figure it out. So she's like, so they back and forth because she's like, I can't believe Batman never mentioned me. I'm important. I'm cool. I'm Huntress. I'm the female Batman in Gotham. And he's like, yeah, I don't know who that is.
yeah,
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Look, I got the big blue cape that I clearly stole from Batman. That's why like it's shaped like this,
Batman?
like big shoulders were in it.
So she's basically like, so what's up with the girl? And he's like, oh, like she's the daughter of this like business owner that was being roughed up. And he's like, okay, like, so they're trading information. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the Russians are roughing her up. And she's like, that's interesting because I'm dealing with a case where the Russians are doing a deal with tough Tony Bresci, who is a organized crime dealer in Gotham City. Tony Bresci actually is, by the way, a legitimate mobster in the Batman canon.
Okay.
And it's not just a made-up guy that's getting killed by the
wow.
Predator or something.
Nice. They reach back into...
And we never see Tony Bresci, but he is a
He's
force in the book.
Okay.
And the Russians are working with him. And he's like, nah, if the KG Beast is involved, then it means that like it must be working with a like KGB covert group called the Hammer.
Okay.
And the Hammer is like an organized Russian criminal syndicate that deals in like drug dealing.
Is it the Hammer or is it
The sickle.
Hammer?
No, it's
Okay.
literally they call it the Hammer because they like hit people really hard with their force.
with hammers.
Also because like the Russian symbol for communism was like a hammer.
There was a
So
hammer, yeah.
We're the hammer. Maybe there's a sickle somewhere. but
Yeah,
they never
that'd
really-
be cool.
They never get into it. No. But he's like they're in. They. But it's great because they actually really get into like the deep part of the drug thing where Robin's like explaining all this. He's like, they work with Pakistan and get heroin imported into Russia, and then through the like Soviet states that have fallen apart after the Iron Curtain fell, they funnel that into America. And she's like, what? And she's like, well,
How do you know all that?
yeah. And you're like 14.
She's like, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I punch people, so,
Right.
you know.
So she's like, oh, anyway, I'm working on an angle that has to do with blank pieces of paper. And he's like, oh, let me see. And so she's like, here you go. And he's like, cool.
Yep, that's a
she's-
blank piece of paper.
Yeah, this is, I'll analyze it with science.
Well, you made a good contribution, too. Thank you for the blank paper.
For the paper. Thank you. Here
Yeah.
you go. You get it back. But he's like, okay, so we'll meet tomorrow midnight to like trade notes, and I'll analyze this paper and figure out what's going on. And she's like, no problem. And we'll turn this town upside down looking for your girlfriend. Leave. And he's like, she's not my girlfriend. Whatever.
I want her to be, though.
Yeah, big time. So Lynx tells King Snake that like there's
King Snake, he's not dead.
and it's great because she's like, we were gonna kill Robin, but then this woman showed up. It's like, a woman. Was it the woman who threw me over the building? And she's like, no, it was another woman that looked like something else.
I don't know what it looked like. I don't know what her name was. I think she said it. I don't know.
All I know is like there's something to do with the
I know
Russians.
she punches really hard.
Yeah.
So this is separate from the plot with
the Russians
They
or
just
Batman's
stumbled
gang
into
war.
it. Now they want to deal with Robin.
it's great because they stumble into it and they're like, oh, like there's some dealings with the Russians. Keep an eye on it. Maybe like our gang might want to get involved.
Oh, we want to get in on that scheme, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That we have no idea what they're doing.
Exactly. And it turns out that like Ms. Hollingsworth really wants to meet with him. And Ms.
Oh, yeah,
Hollingsworth
Ms.
is
Hollingsworth,
like,
we gotta-
she's like, yeah, we got to deal with the
Remember that?
Explain to me again, like when your dad was in a coma, you spent a lot of time with Bruce Wayne, and now all of a sudden you have all these bruises. Is Bruce Wayne beating you? And Tim's like, what?
Wait, how is that the logical jump here? Like, you were spending a lot of time with Bruce Wayne when your dad was in a coma. Now that your dad is back,
Right.
Now
is
you
Bruce
have
Wayne
bruises.
beating you?
Because Ms. Hollingsworth and Tim's dad are like in cahoots to like demonize Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Now, is that a plot in the story? No. However,
that is what
Tim's
happens.
dad is a pain in the ass in the story, and he does refer to the fact that like me and Ms. Hollingsworth believe that Bruce Wayne might be a bad influence
so they were
on
talking
you.
to each other.
So they're talking to each other. They're trading notes, and
Yeah.
so they're all blaming Bruce Wayne. Of course, Bruce Wayne has a long history of like beating the hell out of like wards.
Yeah, out of children.
Now that being said, Bruce Wayne does have a history of disappearing young teenagers who once lived with him and then suddenly don't exist
Right.
anymore.
People are like, what happened to
Jason.
Yeah. What happened to Jason Todd? What
Who?
happened to
Jason Todd?
What happened
Yeah,
to
I
Dick
know.
Grayson? What?
No, Dick Grayson moved on. He's over there.
No.
Dick Grayson's an adult man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's around.
Yeah.
What is Dick Grayson's job?
It's many things. He's done a lot of jobs.
He's been like a cop.
He's been a cop. He's been a lot of crap because nobody knows what to do with him.
Right.
He was a baker.
What?
I don't know.
Anyway, so Tim's like, I got nothing. There was a senior who beat me up.
Ah.
And he's a big kid, but it won't happen anymore. And she's like, okay, well, the bell just rang, you gotta go, but when you have some free time, come here and we will go through the school roster and you will point to the kid who's beating on you. I need to see him.
No, I won't.
Oh, but you will.
No, I won't.
Well, then you're gonna be expelled.
That's not going to happen. That's never happened.
And if anyone had like the cojones to actually stand up to an authoritarian figure in the story, like
Right.
that would be exactly what happens because Miss
Yeah.
Hollingworth is really overstepping her bounds as a
Yeah.
guidance
Yeah.
counselor,
Yeah.
and she is weirdly interested in Tim's life.
Right?
So
Like-
Tim's like, I got nothing.
I'm starting to question if she's even his guidance counselor.
Right.
Right?
She's just involved. Tim sneaks over to Bruce's place, and he can't talk to Bruce because he's like, I got these bruises from being Robin. I promised Bruce I wouldn't be Robin, so
Right.
I'm lying to my dad, I'm lying to Bruce, like I'm lying to everybody. So he goes to
What a
the
tangled
Batcave.
web we weave.
So he's talking to Harold, who
Who
is
the hell is Harold?
that's Batman's crippled hunchback mute auto mechanic inventor that
What?
lives in the cave during this time.
Oh.
This is like his Rintra to Doctor Strange. Like,
Yes.
and suddenly
there
this
was
is
a
happening.
time when Batman had a hunchback that lived in the cave.
Okay.
Oh, right?
Harold came up in a very early episode of Back Issues we did called Hush, and they killed him.
I didn't remember that at all. Okay.
But Harold's mute, so Tim gets to tell Harold everything and then leave.
Okay.
So,
Then Harold writes it down and gives it to Bruce.
right. No one sees Bruce. Alfred actually winds up in the story later, and he's like, I don't like lying to Bruce, but I will.
Okay.
So everybody sees his face, the maid, Tim's maid, and Tim's dad, and they're just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, look at your face.
Who's beating you? Who
Yeah,
did this to
exactly.
you? Yeah.
And he's just like, why are you running away from me, son? You gotta face your reality sometime. And it's just what Chuck Dixon thinks drama is.
Oh, I
Right.
love you, Tim. You gotta stop
You
doing
stop
this.
lying to me. So King Snake beats up his own guys, and Lynx is like, we have very few guys. You gotta stop killing all our guys. So then Tim meets up with Huntress, and he's late because he had to wait until like his dad went to sleep.
Right.
Yep.
So Huntress is like, you're late, and he's like, yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, here we are. So she's
Did you analyze the paper? What's
Yeah.
the paper about?
no, I didn't get a chance to. Tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, what'd you get? Because she like heard a few names when she was listening in, so she's like checking out the names and
Okay.
confirming that they were Russian, and like she pulls up some information about the commissar, so she's putting it all together. And
Okay.
the two of them like get into like a back and forth, like an argument, and then like but they meet at the place that got burned down, and then like this clandestine man shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I knew the Dzergenkos. They were good people, and I fled Russia as well to try and get away from the blah blah blah."
So he
Yeah.
shows up and he's like, hi, it sounds like you need some more plot.
Yeah, well, he's basically just like, yeah. Literally, he's like, I wish that these people would go away, and the Russia that is corrupt and terrible, that is the new Russia. Like, I am real Russia. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Anyway, so like, help us out by like go. I saw that like a couple of those bad Russians went to a like casino over there, like 2 blocks away.
Well, congratulations, you just killed yourself.
Yeah.
Because you told somebody about
Yeah.
mobsters. Like, what's wrong with you?
I know. So Robin and Huntress go to like the front,
Yeah.
and they see a couple of guys, and they're basically just like, okay, so here they are. Like, what are we gonna do? And Robin is like really like hot-headed and like tired of like all the lying and shit. He just needs to get his aggression out.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what's your play? And Huntress like, well, in the mood you're in, why don't we just go through the front door? So they both just like jump in and kick the crap at everybody, and then they jump through the building and they like beat up everybody in the casino until they ID a couple of guys who were part of the strong arming of the Zergenkos.
Okay.
So Robin chases after one of the guys that looks like one of the guys that like kidnapped Ariana.
Yep.
And so he leaves Huntress to like kick the crap out of the other guys. Robin corners him and then interrogates him.
Yep.
And the guy's like, oh, she's dead. Like,
Oh.
we interrogated her and they killed her.
No, they didn't.
So Robin's like, they killed her.
Damn it.
The whole thing I was doing this
failed.
for, I failed.
Yep.
And so he like bails.
What?
And Huntress is like, hey, whoa, I still have like a paper plot going on, like, and I'm
Something about
and
paper,
I'm wholly unequipped to figure this out. So
Right.
I need you. And
I
he
need a child.
Yeah.
I need the mind of a child, the innocence of a child to help me solve this.
He leaves, and she's like, SOL. And then the guy that Huntress and Tim interrogated is just like in the alley, and then Lynx shows up, and she's like, tell me what you know. And you're like, the ghost dragons are only one step behind.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so then the commissar is like, KG Beast, you're useless. You don't help me at all. You kill people I need. I'm bringing in Vider. And Vider is like the scalpel to the blunt instrument that is. He's the sickle to the hammer.
Yeah. I was waiting for that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, King Snake and Lynx interrogate the guy that
Okay.
they got from the alley.
Yep.
And he basically just like sings like a canary
Yep.
about what the plot is that the Russians are up to, the counterfeit plot.
Yes. Okay.
And so King Snake's like, cool. Like, this is an interesting plot. How about we just, when they do anything, we'll go there, we'll just take it away from them.
Yeah, we'll just steal whatever thing they're gonna make money on. We'll just take
steal
it.
it.
Yeah, it's just, now it's ours.
And then they kill him. So Robin tries to like exercise, but it's not working, and Alfred shows up. Tim's like, I could talk to Alfred, but Alfred just gave me a lot of really good advice I don't want to listen to.
Okay.
Yep.
And so he does give some advice, and he's just like, good Lord, Tim, look at your face!
Right.
For the first time ever in comics, there are consequences to you not wearing a mask and getting the crap kicked out of you by random people all the time.
Yep.
Because the plot needs you to be. And it's great because he's like, we must have some kind of like concealant to work with this. And he's like, leave him alone, I like him.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, that is very teenager. Okay,
Yeah.
you got me there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I
it's
look
great
like a
'cause
badass.
And his dad is like, I am very disappointed in you, Tim. Because Tim took the day off from school. He's like,
Oh, no.
He's like, I have another bruise. And Hollingsworth wants me to go like point at some kid. Like, I'm so screwed. I don't know what to
Right.
do.
I don't want to be a narc.
And Batman's nowhere.
I can't narc on somebody. I'll make it up. Like, I don't want to ruin
Just pick
someone's
someone
life.
who's an asshole.
We'll just say, all right, it wasn't a bully. I got jumped on the street.
That's all you need to
Yeah.
say. Gotham's a bad place.
Yeah.
But no. So instead he just doesn't go to school, which is actually kind of believable. And it's interesting how like the whole book kind of builds this tension of like, Jesus Christ, like, Tim, I don't know what the hell you're going to do.
Yeah.
So he's talking to his dad, and his dad's like, I'm very disappointed in you, Tim. Like, I don't know what happened to you. You are not the son I remember. Like, I went into a coma, and my son didn't, like, wake up. I
Right.
was like, what?
Well, I mean,
That doesn't make any sense. You're the one in the coma.
yeah, there's a good chance something didn't connect when you woke up. Like,
Right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably you.
It's probably you.
Yeah.
You created memories of me that were false.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
when did you go into the coma? Was it before he hit like puberty or the teenage
It was
years?
only
'Cause-
like a few months.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say like,
Yeah,
he's a
I know,
teenager
I know.
now, man. Like,
He's
ugh.
already been a teenager, but he's like, they have a father-son argument. Which
Yeah.
is like,
Sure.
well, if you ship me off to boarding school, and like the dad's like, I regret having sent you to public school. We wanted to go to public school, and I said no because we have money, and you should go. And Tim's just like, you don't know anything about me, and he leaves.
Yeah.
And his dad looks like really sad and like,
Yeah.
and like, damn it, why did I do that? And Tim's crying too, and just like, oh no. And you think like, oh, people are learning and they're growing. We'll get to that in a little bit. So Robin. So Huntress is done for a night of huntressing. She goes home and she opens the window of her apartment, and she's like, oh, geez, I have papers to grade when I get back. I just want to go to bed. And Tim's in the apartment as Robin. He's like, hey, I know you're Helena Bertinelli. I figured it out.
Oh, wow.
Because like they talk about how she like...
Because your mask barely even covers your
right.
face.
He doesn't say that. He doesn't like betray the entire illusion of Huntress. But she like dropped a few hints about how she like lost her family. He's like, when you said you lost your family, I kind of feel like you lost all your family at one time. I cross-reference that with like the fact that you're clearly Italian and all that other stuff. And so like I figured it out. And she's like, wow, I guess like you must have figured out who Batman is. He's like, oh yeah, no, I did. That's how I got this job.
He's like, you mentioned you were a teacher, and then I started looking at things. I was looking for the one with the biggest rack that was just hanging out.
And the one with the face that looks like yours.
And there you were.
Yeah.
It was really easy.
I had you 2 years ago, remember? Freshman year.
The kids have like a list of like hottest teachers, and so I just went through that. And
Yeah.
You were right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, oh, by the way, I also analyzed that paper, finally.
Ah.
This paper was milled in Germany with a high-quality rag stock of polymer fibers bonded to it. Makes it currency stock. She's like, cool. It's a counterfeit plot. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
And he gets really into it, where he's talking about how, like, this is, I've cross-referenced this paper with all currency available in any country, and it doesn't match any of them. And she's like, maybe it's part of some like new Eastern European country's currency. He's like, it wouldn't make any sense to counterfeit an infant currency because those would be unstable and paralyzed by inflation. And you're like, what? I am fine!
That's how smart he is.
He goes, the racket only works when you're copying currency from a stable economy. And so we've got to go check out all the print shops in Gotham.
Maybe
She's like,
they're just not good at it and they got the formula wrong.
but that wouldn't make any sense because then the story wouldn't progress.
Meanwhile, she's like the voice of you, and she's like, maybe it's Kryptonian?
It's like, wow. I think I know why Batman never talks about you. It's more like out of respect for you. Because if he did, he'd be like the dumb one. Oh, by the way, Huntress's Batmobile is just a Lamborghini she owns.
Oh, sweet.
Does it have plates on it?
Nothing wrong with that.
Like her plates?
It says Italian.
Oh, they're fake plates. Or real.
It's 1T4.
She was using Leet Speak in friggin' 1990.
Well, they did that for license
plates,
Yeah.
That was the original Leet Speak was license plates.
Yeah.
Novelty
That's
license
right.
plates. Yeah.
So anyway, their plan is that they're gonna go back to the place that Huntress like stalked the last two guys.
Okay.
Which was at a hotel.
Okay.
So they're gonna
they go back to the same hotel room?
Yes.
They always do their deals out of the same.
No, it's more just
hotel?
like let's see what's going on.
They get a really good rate. They know the guy downstairs.
So they break into the hotel room and they and it's been turned down, of course, because it's been like 3 days.
Right.
And they do a little shop talk where they're talking about Batman. He's like, I'm not going to tell you who Batman is. Yeah. And they trip an alarm because clearly the hotel is owned by the Russian mob. And Robin is like, okay, so hotels have a speed checkout system for regulars in their computer system. So if I just check this, I can see like, and he gets these two names of the people who checked into this hotel.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's no way they're their real names, but they are full-on Russian names, and so maybe they're pseudonyms. And most people in like the racketeering or in organized crime have like pseudonyms that they use multiple times.
Right.
Like, this is like
right.
their
It's
identity.
not totally random every time.
Exactly.
They use it,
So we'll hang on to these names and we'll use, and then like the goons show up and burst up on the place
shooting.
and start.
Well,
like,
we haven't
filling
had an
the place with
action
lead.
sequence in a bit.
It's true. We just talked about trying to destabilize infant Russian economies.
Yeah.
So we gotta have like a KGB fight.
We need some guns.
So they're interrogating one of the guys, and he's not giving up anything. And then the KGB shows up.
Sure.
So they fight him.
Where's the sickle guy?
The Vider is busy.
Oh.
He's doing other dealings. It's great because in the first fight, Tim has like a staff made of wood, which he got from Robin 1. KGB cuts it in half with his like multi-tool.
Yeah.
Right.
And but this time
There
Robin
it is in sword form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Robin now has a new ceramic-coated magnesium alloy pole.
It couldn't just be metal.
No.
AKA metal.
He's basically saying you can't cut through it.
Right.
And then
it's like a really good metal.
It's great because he hits KG Beast in the eye, his like little cybernetic eye, which hurts him. He's like,
shit.
oh, I am to be killing you now.
Yeah.
The KG Beast is pushed out the blown up wall that the KG Beast came through in the first place, which is the window as well, by Huntress and the two of them. Like, so we get Predator 2 where they're hanging off of the cliff or the precipice, and KG Beast has got Huntress by the arm, and he's just carrying his 380
Yeah, he's
pounds
like,
of
I'm
pure
taking you
Soviet
down with
muscle.
me. Yeah.
And Huntress has these little things, which are, I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be, but they look like white rectangles, but they must be sharp and knives, because she uses them, she fits them between her fingers, and she throws them, and they pin people's clothes and stuff, and she just jabs KGB's arm with it.
Nice.
And he just plummets, and then lands on a roof, on the roof of a car.
I love that he's kind of looking at the thing like
oh, it's great. And he lands, and it's great because Huntress turns to Rob, and she's like, so, because Robin's like helping her up, and she's like, so I assume he's dead. He's like, believe it or not, he got up and ran away. And she's like, I do believe that, because that's our night.
Yep.
I love this woman.
Oh, literally dialogue in the book.
Oh, well.
Oh man, just fell from the sky and landed on the roof.
So Tim goes home and goes to school the next day, and he's
got more bruises,
more
right?
bruises. He's wearing sunglasses inside.
For the first time ever, he got a bruise, and now the next day he's got another bruise.
It's like the third bruise. So
we don't know about the second bruise.
yeah.
He actually has like a blood disease.
Right, he's a
where
hemophiliac. Like, just come on.
For just right now, at this point in time, he's susceptible to bruising. But once he gets better, it won't. Don't worry, he won't have bruises anymore.
Yeah, but it's great because so the guidance counselor is like, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, and then she's called away because the principal has a question about lunch or something, and when she comes back, she's like, okay, now let's get. And Tim just jumped out the window and left because he's like, I'm Robin, I can do that.
Was the question about lunch like, what is she doing for lunch?
No. It's more like, would you like to know? Because fucking every agonizing aspect of this goddamn meeting goes, Earlene had a question about the job fair next month. She goes, well, we'll have to put those booths in the gym. I promise Coach Gregory that we'll be careful about his precious floors. We don't want to Thanks a lot, Dixon. Let's move on here.
Yeah.
That is very much the woes of people who work
in education.
Oh, that's realistic.
That's a very
education-related dialogue.
So, yeah.
Okay. So he's got more trouble, kid trouble.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the same trouble. It's
Yeah.
the same
Same trouble.
result.
How do I
won't
keep
stop.
my secret identity and solve the bad guy problem? Yep.
Also, I gotta stop getting punched in the face.
Yeah, I gotta wear and it'd be great if this was a Marvel comic, it would end with him with a cool helmet.
Yeah. He'd be like, okay.
Now I got this rad new look. So Tim goes home and he's using his computer to search Interpol for Russian agents, and his dad wheels in, and we had that scene where they're like, oh, what have I done? And he's like, Tim, I failed you. At some point down the road, I just failed. So I'm sending you to a military school in Metropolis.
Hey!
That'll fix everything.
He'll figure out who Superman is, and then he'll be like...
He knows who Superman is.
Oh.
Or actually, he might not.
I bet he does.
Yeah, I'm sure he could figure it out.
Right?
So... He's walking around. Are you guys for real? You don't know who Superman is? Really? Okay.
So Weeder, by the way, is in Amsterdam, and he's doing this cool cloak and dagger meeting exchange.
Oh, whoa! We're going to Amsterdam.
Look, it's friggin' one of those European spy movies.
Yep.
And he's getting some kind of computer code. It's on a disc. And the guy is like, I'm done working with the with the Russians. And he's like, yeah, you are. And then he kills him and he leaves. So Robin moves on. He's back in the Batcave and he's like, this is it, Ralford. I don't know what game over, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. So and Alfred's like, I don't like this, what you're doing.
Yeah.
So Tim's like, game over, Alfred. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm losing control of the situation here. And Alfred's like, well, maybe we should tell Batman. And he's like, no, you can't tell Batman.
Never that.
And he's like, besides, me and Huntress are working something out. And Alfred's like, Huntress?
You and what?
Alfred's like, who?
Yeah. Even Alfred doesn't know who Huntress is. No, he's like, Master Bruce would not approve of this.
Yeah,
he's like,
no,
I'm working on my merit badge for things that Bruce would not approve of right now.
She's rated R.
Exactly. But sometime between the printing of Robin 4 and Robin 5, Superman died. So now all the heroes are wearing black armbands in memoriam to Superman.
That's weird. In the middle of this friggin' story, and they're not talking about it.
Yeah, and it's not like...
Is Alfred wearing one?
No, Alfred's not wearing one.
I feel like he should be.
Yeah.
So
Master Clark died.
It's actually great if Robin 3 was about Robin trying to get to Doomsday and just not succeeding. Of course, what's he going to do? I mean, he beat Booster Gold.
He could...
So... Anyway, Huntress has some unrelated gang activity. She's kicking the crap out of people, and she meets up with Robin, and then the two of them are like figuring it out. And so he's like, okay, it's a counterfeiting operation, and blah blah blah. And he goes into a needlessly intricate explanation of how it works.
Sure.
Yep.
How like the two Russians, those actually were their real names.
Oh.
And they are like really, really good at polycarbonate, like merging. They're really good at making money.
Okay.
Physically making money.
making it, not earning it.
Not earning it.
The opposite.
And how they could like encode magnetic data onto bills so that they would not be considered to be counterfeit.
Okay.
Because they would be actually genuinely built.
Right. They have the security features of real bills like built into them. Yeah.
So they're going to start like searching printers. And so they do, and they find like a couple of duds. And finally, they have like it's great because like they go through a few and it's just nothing, it's just printing shops.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, we got 2 more. She's like, oh come on, I got grading to do. Like,
right.
It's really late. He's like, all right, 1 more. And this happens to be the one.
Of course. Yeah.
So meanwhile, Vider returns to the team, and then Vider gets killed off panel. Another story.
What?
So he's literally like, I don't know why we need to fill in with Vider. Vider just he's
Why is he even in the book?
Because like we need to establish that like the Russians have many different agents, and we wanted to have that cool clandestine scene in Amsterdam and connect it to like how this. You can't just counterfeit bills, okay?
It's got to be part of the whole thing.
Well, it's like you got to have the special paper. You got to have the magnetic strips with the data. You got to be able to imprint that data onto a computer, and from that computer onto the printed bills themselves. Like you got to do all kinds of crap, and you can't just do it with one guy. You got to have like 16 guys all across the European Union. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Ghost Dragons basically just.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're in the book too.
They tail Robin because they know that he's like going to crack this mystery.
How do they find him?
Well, they just look in the sky for fucking Christmas colors.
Streaking across.
Yeah. Okay.
But so, Huntress decides she's going to check the place first.
Okay.
And let Robin like wait. And then Robin's like, I'm freaking Robin. Nobody even knows who you are. So then she breaks in and she does her thing. Robin breaks in and does his thing. So then the two of them are going in opposite directions.
Okay.
Of course, Huntress is immediately defeated by the KGBeast off panel, whereas Robin is like seeing the printing process. And he's like, okay, they are making bills. But like, I don't know what this is. I've never seen this currency before.
Yeah.
It's Latin for united yet free. And he's like, could be Albanian lottery tickets for all. I don't know anything about this. Whatever they're making.
Are they trying to create a new country?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully not. So all the pieces are falling into place as far as the Russians are concerned. They're working with Germans, by the way, to get like this whole thing put together. A couple of Germans are like, and we'll be paid our money in real German marks, please.
Yeah.
And then they get killed. And so Robin's
No,
like,
you won't.
right on. And of course, the printing presses are so loud that like everyone's getting away with it because nobody can hear anything.
Okay.
KGBeast reveals, I've got this character that no one knows the name of. Sorry.
I don't know what is this?
And like, well,
God damn it! I'm Huntress.
Huntress. She's unconscious. But they're like, interrogate her, find out if she knows anything, and then kill her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Robin like is beating the hell out of people because like the printing presses are so loud.
Yeah, he can
and he's
just do
like,
it.
oh, cool. And he found the computer that imprints the data that goes on the magnetic strips that are into this new currency.
Right.
And he's like, oh, neat. So he futzed around with that for a minute, and then he's like, okay, now I'm going to go see if I can find Huntress. And he finds instead a heroin operation within the printing company.
What?
That all the people that they've like strong-armed and beaten up and stuff, like they've kidnapped them and got them addicted to heroin and then forced them to bag and like apportion out heroin that they can sell in Gotham. Because you can't do a crime story in 1992 without having some connection to drugs.
Why would they get them addicted to heroin if they want them to bag heroin?
Oh,
yeah, wouldn't you just be like,
That's going to create incentive for them to steal
I
it.
know, but they explain that's how it is, and I'm sure Tuxixon did his research, and I'm sure that's like something about it.
Yeah.
In any case,
it's probably happened
yeah,
somewhere
her hairnet's
at some
just
point.
stuffed with heroin right now.
one of the baggers is Ariana.
Yeah.
And of course, and she establishes she thinks she's been drugged, and it's like it could be like a weird, depressant, or it could be heroin.
Right.
They don't say.
Remember Ariana from
Three issues ago? Yep. So he's like, oh my God, Ariana's here. I can fix this. Like,
Right.
sweet. She's not dead, so I didn't screw the
It's not
pooch.
too late.
I guess I'll fight harder to not go to boarding school. Like, I could put it all together. He kills the lights. He puts on his night vision. He kicks the crap out of the guards who are protecting.
He has night vision?
Oh, yeah, no, he has like little night vision.
Oh, that's cool.
They're
like built into that little mask?
They're actually just little lenses.
Oh.
Like, they're not even like technology.
Oh.
You know, it's not like he like, computer, set face to night vision. Like, no. Like, there's in the...
It's just passively they work.
In the Batman Robin versus King Snake story, Batman just has these like two little like green things that he slides into his mask so that it could be night vision.
Oh.
That's cool.
So he's kicking the crowd with these guys, and then they turn the lights on. He's like, "Oh shit, I can't see."
No.
And there's Vader.
Whoops.
I thought he was dead.
No, I said Vader's gonna die later. Like, he doesn't do anything of consequence. But Vader corners Robin and Ariana.
Oh,
He and then the art takes a hard left into Crapsville.
He shouldn't have turned off the power in a way that it could be turned back on.
I agree.
He should have wrecked the
ripped
panel.
the thing out. Yeah. I know. So Robin is like getting his ass kicked, and he's like, "Not in the face! I can't handle it anymore." So he runs off with Ariana. He's like, "Hey, can you just wait here?" She's like,
"Can you try not to get captured for like 5 minutes?"
And she's like, "What? Yeah, I guess." And so he leaves. Meanwhile, KG Beast is torturing Huntress. He's like squeezing her neck to cut off the blood flow to her brain so she falls unconscious, and then he like lets her go just before she loses consciousness. And he's like, "This is an old Soviet technique that I used to use."
Sure.
So then it's great because Robin shows up and he kicks the KG Beast in the back of the head. And then Huntress uses an old ComicPop favorite. She flips out the front end of her boot, which turns into a knife. And then she stuns the commissar.
He got fucked.
Unfortunately, there is no onomatopoeia. We can add one, I'm sure. I select thuck.
Yeah.
So she stabs him in the arm that has the gun in his hand, and then she beats the crap out of him while she's still like suspended from the ceiling with rope.
Yeah, she's a badass.
And she's like, "Yo, Robin, you got a second?" He's like, "More like half a second." And he grabs that R that you hate so much that comes out of his suit. It also becomes like a Robin Batarang.
Yeah.
And it cuts the rope while he's fighting the KG Beast, and the two of them like make off up the elevator shaft and try to get away.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the Ghost Dragons show up, and they're like, "Okay, now's a good time for us to show up." So then they just burst through the wall, and then Vader and his team fight the Ghost Dragons, and like the Russians are like, "There's too many of them," and Vader's like, "You all are wimps," and he just gets up to shoot them, and he is full of holes, thereby showing just how cool and awesome Vader is.
He just immediately bites it
Completely.
Wow.
That's amazing.
What a badass.
Does he ever do anything badass?
No.
He
kills an
guy.
unarmed man in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I know.
Okay.
So, what's great is King Snake hears that the KG Beast is involved, and he's like, "Cool, he's a big guy, I'm a big guy, I've got to fight him."
We'll see who's better.
So KG Beast fights the King Snake. And it's great because King Snake's blind, so he relies on the sound.
Right.
And he's like, "Lynx, I need you to turn off the presses." So then she shoots the commissar.
She yells.
She stops the press.
Yeah.
She stops the presses by shooting the commissar in such a way that he'll fall into the presses, thereby turning them off. And this, and then they...
Oh, nice. You get some great onomatopoeias.
Well, we can't show him getting squished by the presses.
We can't show him getting off on this because that's what it looks like he's doing right now.
King Snake.
He really
digs.
Sweating and like...
And he's just got the biggest O face.
Yeah.
So Lynx kills the lights, I guess, also, and so now he's like, "You're in my..." Oh, no, I'm sorry. King Snake is actually English. It's like, "You're in my world now." So then
Governor.
Governor. I say, let's do this. So then, like, Robin has Ariana and Huntress, and they're just going down the stairs trying to leave.
Yeah.
Like, cool, King Snake's fighting KG Beast.
That's perfect.
So they just, "Okay, let's go." And then Lynx shows up. She's like, "Ha-ha!"
Remember me?
And then Robin just kicks her in the face.
Nice.
And knocks her out. Like, he just goes, "Nah."
And then kicks her and then he punches her.
Yes.
Yep.
Guess the kick didn't take.
Yeah.
No.
That was
Here comes
enough.
a punch.
So she's down for the count, and so then
Maria's like, "Oh my God.
what's happening?
You just kicked and punched that girl in the face."
I'll do the
She
same
had
to
a
you if
big
you don't
gun.
get up.
Or go out with me. So
Or go out with Tim.
Tim
Yeah.
Drake. He's a cool guy. He's got great hair. So King Snake beats the hell out of KG Beast, thereby showing that he's more badass than Batman. Wow. But never mind that, because KG Beast sucks. So King Snake beats KG Beast.
Yeah.
And now he uses his like Daredevil-like senses to touch the bills. And he's like, "Oh, there's billions of here uncirculated bills." And Robin shows up with Huntress and one of the Russians' blow torches or flamethrowers.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm gonna burn all the money."
Oh.
Unless you let us leave.
What? Why didn't you just leave?
No.
Who was stopping you?
Well, like they knew they couldn't get past them.
Oh.
They're blocking
all the
exit.
exits.
It's just there's one exit. They went down the stairs. There's just
What about
one
all the
way.
windows and stuff?
Oh, they got-
They're
They already went down the
superheroes.
stairs.
They got all the people?
Oh, yeah,
I
then
thought they just had
Oh,
Ariana.
they're trying
They
to get...
started with Ariana, but then the artist forgot to draw them all. So now we got everybody, and like so
Okay. Well, that
everybody
makes
who was
sense
being
then.
kidnapped.
They can't
Ariana's
all go
like,
out the window.
You know, there's a lot of people back there.
Yes.
You might want to
so
help
they go
them.
back. So they
I
go
really
down.
just want the one I want to fuck.
Please.
She's like, what?
I mean...
That's
let's
fucked up
get
if we
them
don't
all.
save them. Let's go.
So anyway, Tim's like, I'll make you a deal. Let us walk out of here. You can keep your money, and we'll fight you another day.
Yeah.
And King Snake's like, oh man, like you and I am your greatest nemesis. Like this is fun. Like how cool. You know what? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Any other terms you've got for us here? And he's like, yeah. Can you tell me what country this currency is from?
Oh.
And he goes, oh, you would have figured it out eventually, but it's the euro. It's it's paper cash for the new European Commonwealth that's being established.
Oh.
It's not even supposed to go into circulation for another 2 years, so they would never have known there's counterfeit bills.
There's no common currency yet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
I was like, what? That's kind of awesome. Like,
Someone actually had an idea.
yeah.
What? Okay.
So he's like, okay, get out of here before I kill you all. And then so they leave.
They had the flamethrower. I don't understand what you mean kill them all. She could just set the whole place on fire.
Yeah, but like, I've got dudes with guns.
Well, they don't kill them all. They let them go.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, but I feel like they have, like, it's fire.
They have the advantage? No.
Oh, okay.
So Robin and Ariana and Huntress are in the Lamborghini. I guess
Yeah.
they drop all the other people in a bus.
They're just like, okay,
then
we got
they
you out of the
laugh.
building. You can go home.
Yeah, well, it's great because they're driving away and they're having a great time. And Hunter's like, I feel really bad. Why did we let him get away with all the money? He goes, oh, I changed the sequencing in the computer so that when they check the bills, they will have the wrong information on the magnetic strip. It went from like the code words that they had to steal from another member of like their ridiculously secure scheme to something I wrote. And they're like, what did you write? He goes, money can't buy me love. It was the first thing that came into my mind.
Yeah.
And then,
I've thought of 7 better things since then. I'm
but
really
you know
annoyed
what?
with
We'll
myself.
take it. Which is great because that means that Chuck Dixon didn't.
Yeah.
Because that's the one he went with
Yep.
and then moved on. But it's great because then they all laugh and he says, I could laugh again now. Ariana's alive. And then like Tim goes home and he's like, Dad, listen, before you say anything, I just want to explain everything.
Oh.
And his dad goes, don't bother. I've been a dick.
Oh.
He just
Oh.
decided that
He's not
he
that he's not a jerk anymore,
Yeah.
and the conflict has been resolved. And then they say something
Off-panel.
like, off panel, Tim's dad has an epiphany and decides that he's just going to let Tim keep doing what he's doing
Maybe he ran into a kindly British man.
and persuaded him
Yeah.
to let Tim stay in Gotham. Either that or Batman showed up, hey,
lay off.
leave the boy alone, he's a good kid.
Why do you care? I don't understand.
I care about everyone in Gotham. I got 800 or more houses to go to.
I'm like Scary Santa.
But I want teenagers to have like an active life.
Right? Did you see this like joke in here?
Yes, the how to
to
draw
draw
Lobo.
Lobo?
First, start off by drawing the basic oval for head. Lightly sketch guidelines for eyes, nose, and mouth. Trash yours and just by Legion 93. He's in there every month.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Comics used to do this all the time. There were a lot of like little fun in-jokes.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's very Chip Zdarsky
It's
now.
where Zdarsky got that
Yeah.
idea clearly. So Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress. Huntress is barely a factor in the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, how does she cry?
It's
Anything?
It acts like it's totally about her.
It's gonna be, yeah, like maybe it's a crime story about, European mobsters. Like maybe it's about the Bertinellis or something.
Right,
No.
like-
Yeah, no.
Like they might have killed my family.
Yeah, no.
Literally, she's just there too.
She's just there too.
just an-
Just like in Batman Predator 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodsport.
Because they don't know what to do with Huntress.
She's
Like,
gonna run into him again, and she's gonna be like, "Hey, Robin."
Batman's gonna be like, what do you mean?
No,
What?
Robin's gonna be like, "Who are you?"
Oh, we had a whole adventure with King Snake. I've had 3 of those.
What do you mean?
Which one?
The one with me in it.
With the euros and me?
yeah, with the European dollar.
Oh, yeah, the European money.
Oh, King Snake was there, and
And me! Me, Huntress!
Links?
No! Literally, I just said I'm Huntress.
Ariana?
Not
Ariana,
Link.
are you
oh
Huntress?
My God.
You're a jerk.
You're fucking with me, right? You're just being a jerk.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
I wish I was.
It'd be great if everyone in the Bat family as a director from Batman, like, don't acknowledge Huntress. I don't know who she is.
Messed up.
All of them have fun titles. Look at this one. Open the first cover.
Circle of Darkness. What?
Oh, this one's the
That's
hammer.
not a thing.
Fall from grace. Das Vidania, baby. God.
What?
And the Beast.
These are all read out of order, of course, but
yeah, whatever.
regardless.
The Beast.